There is something about Janis Joplin that makes me get lost in her singing. Hi everyone! It's going to be an extra long weekend with Janis Joplin because, well, as you saw with the first two, I'm really enjoying her voice and her style and her music, and I wanted to do one more. And so Vlad has picked out me and Bobby McGee, and he says it's a bit different, but still so much Janis. So I guess I'll see what that means in a few minutes. If you want to check out Ko-fi and Patreon, you can always do that. You can find advance early access to music videos that haven't gone public yet, because we are always uploading them as quickly as possible. And also, if you want to have access to exclusive content which cannot go on YouTube for copyright issues and such, those are also available there on those pages. Well, me and Bobby McGee, what an interesting title. I guess I'm curious to see what it has to say. My paragraphs here say, this is a song written by American singer-songwriter Chris Christopherson and originally performed by Roger Miller. Fred Foster shares the writing credit, as Christopherson wrote the song based on a suggestion from Foster. That's interesting. So, how much of a suggestion was this, is my question. If I just suggest to somebody a topic and they run with it, do I get to share the credits? Nice idea. I suspect there was a bit more to it than that. A posthumously released version by Janis Joplin topped the US singles chart in 1971, making the song the second posthumously released #1 single in US chart history. Janis Joplin recorded the song only a few days before her death in October 1970. Christopherson had sung the song for her, and singer Bob Newworth taught it to her. Christopherson did not know she had recorded the song until after her death. The first time he heard her recording of it was the day after she died. Record World called it a perfect matching of performer and material. Joplin's version topped the charts to become her only #1 single and was ranked later at number 148 on Rolling Stone's list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I already know that I love something about the passion and the experience of her voice. So I'm eager to see what it's like.
Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, and I was feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained and rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that Javi knew. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, I mean nothing, honey, if it ain't free. No, no. Yeah, feeling good was easy, love, when he sang the blues. You know, feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby again. From the Kentucky coal mine to the California sun, hey, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything that we've done, yeah, Bobby, baby, kept me from the whole world. One day up near Salinas, long, I let him slip away. He's looking for that home, and I hope he finds it. But I trade all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday, to be holding Bobby's body next to mine. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, that's all that Bobby left me. But it feels for me and my Bobby McGee. La da da, la da da da, la da 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 da, la da da Bobby McGee. La da da da, la da da da, la da Bobby McGee. La da da, la da da la da la da. I can't come on, and the Bobby, no, and the Bobby McGee, yeah. Lord, 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 Lord. Hey, 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 Bobby McGee,
There is something about Janis Joplin that makes me get lost in her singing. I didn't intend to listen to that all the way through. I was going to stop and pause and comment along the way. I did not plan to do a straight through first listen, but look what I've just done. I was so captivated by it and enjoying every moment of it. It was beautiful and it was sweet and it was it took me on a journey with her, and it was really special. So, well, let's back up, and I'll have to pause along the way. So, let's see how this goes.
busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, and I was feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained and rode us all the way to New Orleans.
This opening has the smoother Janis voice in it, and when she sings in that voice, it has such a bell-like quality to it. It's gentle and sweet and at the same time it's very full and natural sounding. It gives a very easy opening to this story, and really I'm going to have to I don't want that to sound grudging. I don't mean that in a grudging way. I have to give credit to Christopherson, the composer, the songwriter, because these lyrics are really great too. The details and the picture painting in the lyrics. When I was feeling near as faded as my jeans, I mean, what a way of expressing it. Or Bobby thumbed a diesel down. Just those few, 5 words? Bobby thumbed a diesel down. It tells me everything about the situation, and the whole picture builds in my mind. I pulled out my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. I mean, windshield wiper slapping time. I could read these all the way through and relish every line. And so I have to make sure that I say Christopherson's lyrics are incredibly good here in this song. It's also nice the way it takes us from a small event and gradually broadens it out. We start with a flat tire, and then the story of the trip and how we got into New Orleans, and then it opens up to the life that this person shared with Bobby, and then more later on. I might comment on it later, the way it wraps up, because that was so special too. But and then Janis starts in this voice, which is so smooth and soft, and not at all traumatized or regretful at all. It just has a warmth to it, telling this story, reminiscing about this experience with me and Bobby McGee.
It rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues.
I love the voice, the way she shakes it.
I was holding Bobby's hand in mine.
And also the guitars in the background, the way they answer, interject, contribute small little bits of commentary behind her. It's lovely.
First slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that Javi knew. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose.
I love that line.
I mean, nothing, honey, if it ain't free. Yeah, feeling good was easy, love, when he sang.
And the addition of the choral voices in the background, it kind of elevates the whole thing. It pulls us up out of the mud, out of the dirt, out of this dirty diesel vehicle that we're riding in, and gives it this aura of absolute glory. And I guess that's the whole point, is right there. Travel weary, tired, a flat tire, hitching a ride. They were happy. There was this glory to their existence together, which comes out so beautifully, and both in the expressions of the lyrics and in the way Janis Joplin is telling the story for us.
Feeling good was easy, love, when he sang the blues. You know, feeling good was good enough for me.
Gives a simple quality. A little upbeat.
One day of near Selena's long, I let him slip away.
And as the story grows bigger and broader, her voice intensifies, and the emotion becomes more concentrated, and the instruments become a bit more assertive and dynamic. The drums are a little more present. The piano starts to comment in its little bluesy style, touch here and a touch there. And the story grows and the picture expands in our minds. If you've ever watched a movie or a video or something where it starts with a little pin dot or a small breadcrumb or something, and then it zooms out and we begin to see maybe the whole universe, the whole world. It expands telescopically, and that's kind of what I feel like this song is doing.
Kept me from the whole world. One day up near Salinas long, I let him slip away. He's looking for that home, and I hope he finds it. But I train all of my tomorrows for one
Almost a mandolin
yesterday.
quality. Almost a little bit of a mandolin style here in that guitar.
But I train all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday, to be holding Bobby's body next to mine.
I love this line. I trade all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday. It seems to distill everything about this story and the relationship and the love they had for each other in the life that they lived together into one compact phrase. And that's what this whole song is about. It's about one of those yesterdays and her feeling of, I would trade my entire future, every single tomorrow that is left to me, just to live one of those yesterdays.
Be holding Bobby's body next to mine. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing. That's all that Bobby left me. But if feeling good was easy down when he sang the blues.
And we hear a little more raspiness in her voice coming in at times. And it gets smooth again. I like this guitar. And the bass also. We get to hear it here. And then here, as she's singing la da da la da da, then the instruments da da dum bum bum ba dum ba dum bum. We start to hear the instruments hinting at the song she's just been singing. They're playing back and forth, talking. This little bit here kind of reminds me a bit of Kosmic blues in the way she was expressing her love and affection and care in that song. It's the same kind of voice that she's using here in this moment when she's singing about Bobby McGee. I like the piano, the way it enters there. And the organ. Everything is really participating here. One of the things about this song is that it feels like the music is taking us on a journey. There's a movement, there's a motion. And we're rolling, we're progressing, we're traveling forwards. rhythmically, and it's not a highly directed, focused, channeled journey. It's more just the sense of traveling. It reminds me a bit of the Traveler's Song by Mikhail Glinka, and the way that it gives the same traveling motion as, well, of course that one is about traveling on a train, but you will hear the same. I'll include a link because completely different style, and yet you hear the same sense of forward motion and moving, traveling. You feel the rhythm of it. There's a happiness to it. The guitar coming in underneath. I think I have fallen in love with Janis Joplin this weekend. It's so interesting to listen to all three of these in close proximity to each other. Kosmic Blues, written by her, and then the other two, which were composed by others, and then she interprets and gives her own rendition. It doesn't matter whether it's something she's created herself or something that she is taking from somebody else and making her own. Every single one of these three has really been a rewarding and rich experience for me listening. I feel like her capacity to meet us and express feelings we have, or feelings maybe we don't have but we know others have, and to enable us to relate to and sympathize with those experiences is really outstanding. She is clearly a master of her art, a master of her craft. And there's an immediacy and a naturalness to it, which feels entirely not put on, not a, well, to take a completely different artist, different singer. Let's take Freddie Mercury and put him beside Janis Joplin for a moment and think about how incredibly different they are stylistically, delivery-wise, musically, vocally, so different. And of course, Janis was a bit earlier than Freddie time-wise, but I'm just thinking of the two of them as artists in their own right. And they each stand so incredibly well on their own. I guess I feel like Janis is much more earthy, down to earth, immediately relatable. Freddie, of course, is more flamboyant and stylized. I like them both. But this weekend, I feel like this weekend has been very special because I have discovered a voice, a singer, an artist who has the kind of, conveys the kind of honesty and directness that I aspire to as a musician myself. Of course, I have a completely different instrument and a completely different style of music, but that's irrelevant. as an artist, I love the concept of it being purely, personally direct and somehow meeting a person at their core. I feel like Janis Joplin does that beautifully. And, well, there we have 3 very special songs by Janis Joplin and her band. And I will certainly be coming back to her in the future and enjoying more of her music, which I'm sure you will get to watch at some time in the future. It has been absolutely lovely, and I will see you next time.